All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is Friday, guys. We are starting off this weekend on a good note, and we're gonna finish this weekend or this week very strong. So, guys, we're working on these two Rheems, R22 system. We got a 3-ton system and a 2.5-ton system here that we removed a couple months ago because this customer here was doing some work on their pavers and they had a leak on their foundation. So right now we just took them from the back by the shed and we relocated it back to its home, and we're going to tie these back in. Right now we're working on the electric, working on our 240 volt electric right here. I just got to see which one is power and which one is ground. So I didn't label it last time when I disconnected, but we'll get our voltmeter out and we'll check. But in the meantime, right now, we're just setting these units on these isolating pads that we have here, and we're just dry fitting them so then we can braze them in. So we got our little MC tank, our acetylene tank, and we stored all the R22 in the condenser. So once we braze it, we'll release the refrigerant, we'll get a call for cooling, and we'll monitor these systems. So let's get to it. All right, so guys, right now we're trying to just hook up the electric with our 1/2-inch BX connector, but the hole inside here for the electric, I don't know where the washer went. So we just got some 3/8 fender washers and we made some bigger holes with our step bit. Right now we're going to tie the electric in. First we're going to get our washer. We'll get our washer on here. Just like that. And then we'll get our BX nut on there. Okay, beautiful. Let's put that on there. Let's get our BX nut. All right. And hopefully this rain holds up, guys, and we're able to get these units in, because we don't want to come back here. We don't want to come back here, guys, so let's pray that the rain holds up and we should be okay. Let's see. Okay, beautiful. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna test electric and then tie it onto our relay. Let's get our voltmeter out. Let's put our disconnect in and let's test. All right, guys, so I think it's the red and the black that they're using, but right now we got our UEI digital voltmeter out and we're just gonna check for volts. I'm gonna put our disconnect in. All right, we got our 220. So it's our red and our black, and our blue is our brown. So guys, make sure you confirm before anything. Let's tie in our contactor and let's get to it. All right, so we got our 220 volts hooked up. Right now we're gonna do control wiring, our 24 volt signal or our cooling circuit, and we're gonna stick that through the grommet as well, and we're gonna tie it right here. That goes on our 24 volt side of our contactor right here. Here and here, yellow. All right, guys, so we got our 24 volt control wire through our grommet here. And guys, polarity does not matter on these wires. Again, polarity does not matter as long as you have one wire from your air handler, which is on Y for cooling, and the other one is common. Okay, so we got our control wiring hooked up. Guys, we're using Titan's magnetic screw holder. Really nice, guys. Very nice. Invest in one. Cheap as hell, but very nice if you don't want to lose any screws or anything that's magnetized. So, all right, guys, the fun part. We're going to start brazing these two in. Now, those of you in the trade, would you use couplings where you have to braze 2 joints, or would you swedge one side and only have to braze 1 joint? Today's Friday. I want to go home early. We're going to swedge one side of this tubing and we're gonna braise only one joint. So guys, the pros of swedging is less joints to braise. Less joints meaning less time, meaning you get to go home faster. So let's swedge this joint. I'm gonna show you how to do it, and let's get to it. All right, so guys, we're only gonna clean one side of this pipe because the inner portion is gonna be a female that goes inside a male. So we're only gonna clean one side, and we're gonna deburr it as well. So let's get this nice and clean. Clean this pipe nice. Okay. How's that look? Does that look good for you? That looks good. You know what? Just because I want to do the other side, just to make it look nice. Okay, beautiful. Guys, let's deburr it. Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Definitely not working in the most spacious conditions, but we're gonna get it done. So let's get our swedging tool out and let me show you how to swedge this thing. All right, so we got our Milwaukee Fuel brushless M12 impact gun, and we got our 3/4 swedging tool on here, guys. You can either do this automatically on a screw gun, or you can do it by hand. So I have my, oh, I don't have it. I got my old school flaring tool here, but I don't have my, oh, it's in the truck. It's in the truck. So we're gonna do it with our M12 Milwaukee, and this is a 3/4 swedging tool. So let me show you how it gets done. Okay, that would be nice. This is why I hate cordless tools. Batteries. All right, let's put it on our M18, and let's not use the impact side of it. So let's this does have impact and no impact right there. So let's get our M18. That's why I hate cordless tools, man. I hate cordless. We got a full battery on this guy. Full battery. All right, let's swap out this bit. Here we go. Let's try again. Here we go. All right. Okay. Beautiful. And that is a swedge 3/4 line set. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but this is gonna go right into there. All right, let's maneuver this condenser. Let's get it in there. Guys, so just to show you, I marked the insertion depth right there, and that's gonna go on just like that. We're gonna braise that side first, and then we'll do the liquid line. All right, guys, before I tie in the liquid line, I wanna keep this on an angle because it gives me more space to braise that suction line. So if I was to tie that liquid line in, this filter dryer would be right in my way. So just ever so slightly move this out of the way. We're gonna remove this Schrader core on the suction line. We're gonna hook up our nitrogen, and then we're gonna braise. So you always wanna flow some nitrogen through while you braise. We're gonna put this in our Titan magnetic bucket right there. Our Schrader removal tool. We're gonna hook up our nitrogen hose, and we're gonna braze that one joint. It's Friday, guys. I want to go home early, and that's why we are swedging all of our joints today. Put this like this. Hopefully this rain holds up. Guys, we're in Queens today, the neighborhood of Whitestone. Oh, let's turn on our tank. Okay, we got pressure in there. Let's start flowing nitrogen, and let's get our acetylene tank. All right, so we're using a 15% silver brazing rod here, and we're gonna open up our acetylene tank right here. Guys, this is an MC tank. This is one of the smallest acetylene tanks that you can get. And just a little information that was on the New York City hospital exams to work in New York City hospitals all throughout New York was, when you're opening your MC tank or your B tank, sorry, this is not a B tank, this is a nitrogen tank, but this is the same cylinder that is used when you pick up acetylene. If you use a B tank and an MC tank, the question was, how far or how open do you open? How many turns do you turn the, not the regulator, the valve on the tank open to flow acetylene? Quarter of a turn is all you need, guys. Quarter of a turn on the MC tank, quarter, and you're going to control from your regulator. So don't go more than a quarter. If you put anything more than a quarter, if you put a full turn or 2 turns, you will fail that question. So quarter turn on your valve, and then you adjust with your regulator. So let's start brazing. Here we go. So we're going to turn our nitrogen onto braze. Okay, and you can feel that and you can hear it. Right now we're going to check to see if we got gas at our MC tank here. We're going to control from our regulator. Now this is not lefty loosey righty tighty, guys. Right, turn right to open. All right, we're ready to braze. Let's get our brazing rod and let's get to it. Here we go. And guys, what I like to do, after I hit that joint, I like to cap it. Now after I hit that joint and get a nice penetration, I like to lower my flame and then cap the joint. We're gonna cap it with the brazing rod. Here we go. Beautiful. Guys, we're gonna let that cool down naturally. But what I mean by capping, after you get a good penetration, you wanna go around with your flame, you wanna lower it, and then just cap the joint ever so lightly. Just run the brazing rod over that joint and let it cap it. So beautiful. Let's let that cool naturally, and we'll shut off our nitrogen and we'll clean that joint up. Man, I really hate cordless tools. I really do. Guys, we're not going to swedge this joint here. We got a 3/4 coupling, 3/8 coupling here, and we're going to braze these two little joints here. So that one is what it is, like that, just like that. We got the filter dryer lined up. We are going to braze this joint now. Here we go. All right, guys, let's braze this joint. Move any wiring out of the way, like this little, I don't know what this is. I don't know, it goes inside the house. I don't know what this is, but it goes inside the house. Make sure you move it to the side. While you're brazing, you don't want to burn anything. And guys, be careful with the PVC fence because we don't want to burn that down. All right, let's braze this joint right here. Here we go. Beautiful. Guys, make sure you get good penetration. Smaller joints are easier to do because they heat up quicker. So, you know, with the bigger joints, you have to keep the flame where the rod is so you can distribute the heat evenly. So, we still got our nitrogen flowing. We're gonna let that cool down naturally. And we should be okay. All right, guys, right now we're just gonna test all of our joints. We got nitrogen flowing through. I'm gonna take a look at our joint that we did down here. Make sure nothing is leaking. We got Big Blue's micro leak detector. And let me just show you. Yeah, we would have saw it bubbling up already. All right, looks good. Guys, let's do this. Let's put about 200 pounds of nitrogen in here. Let's hold this test for about 20 minutes while we work on that condenser, and then we'll come back and monitor it. So let's turn off our nitrogen. Let's disconnect our hose. Get some nitrogen out of here. Okay, beautiful. And let's hook up our gauge. And let's pump about 200 pounds in here. Okay, guys, so we got our yellow jacket. I use this as a test gauge right here, guys. Really nice gauge. Very nice, compact, sleek, very nice gauge. Never gave me a problem. So we got our low pressure side gauge hooked up. We're gonna pump about 200 pounds of nitrogen in here, and let's get to it. Here we go. Only hold at 150. How's that, guys? Be my eyes and ears, please. Let's hold at 150. Okay? Let's hold at 150. I'm gonna go home early today. All right, let's pack this side up. Let's start working on the big boy there, and we'll come back and check in about 20 minutes. All right, guys, ever working with line sets, please protect them to make sure nothing can get lodged in there. These have been sitting for a couple months, so we taped them with some black tape. And right now we're gonna get this in, and we're gonna do the same thing that we did on the other side. Guys, with the electric, do not guess, guys. Test before anything. 2 are hot legs and 1 is a ground. So test before anything. And remember, with the control wiring, polarity is not used on these control wires right here. So I would say be my eyes and ears, but I got that today, guys. Today I need you guys to be my muscle, because I gotta move this thing by myself. I gotta put these isolator pads under it. So be my muscle, will you? It's not gonna be easy. Maybe I should have did this side first. So man, it might be hard to braze, but this is going to be a vertical joint here on the suction line, and the discharge line or the liquid line is going to be a horizontal. So this line I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about any of it, guys. We'll get it done. You know, it's Friday, we want to go home early. So like I said, be my muscle today. I'll be the eyes, I'll be the ears, and let's get moving. Here we go. Let's see if we can move this thing. I think we could. Let's see how lucky we are. We don't want to crimp these lines here. Oh, it's not good. But I just popped right out because all my screws are over there. So let's put this aside. Oh man, heavy side here. That compressor. Look at this paperwork here. Look at this. Paperwork. Alright. Let's see if we can move this. Okay. So be my muscle. Okay. Be my muscle, guys. Be my muscle. Wasn't as bad as I thought. Okay, let's line up the line set here. Get this insulation out of the way here. I don't know if I'm gonna swedge this part. I don't think I am, because I don't feel like going back to my truck, which is about 50 feet over there, because in Queens it's hard enough to park, so 50 feet really isn't that much. But it's Friday and I want to go home early, and I want to get paid. I want to go put my feet up. That's what you guys should be doing. All right, let's get this out of here. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to swedge this, because I don't want to go and get a new battery. So I have 3/4 couplings, 7/8 couplings, I'm sorry. And we're just going to braze 4 more joints here. So we got enough rod to not go back to the truck, which is good. We made all our trips this morning. Right now we're gonna get some emery cloth, we're gonna clean these joints, and we're gonna clean up all of our garbage. Don't leave a mess behind, guys, because like always, your work ethic and what the hell is this? Oh, they did all these pavers here, so they got all new pointed joints here. All these joints here are all newly pointed because they had a leak in the foundation. So but guys, your work ethic is a reflection of you, so do not be a slob, pick up your mess. All right, let's get some emery cloth and let's clean these 4 pieces of pipe here. Okay, guys, we're gonna do things a little different on this one. We're gonna work with the liquid line and the suction line first, and then we'll do the electric. The other side we did it opposite, so let's clean these nicely. Make sure nothing goes down in there. You don't want a restriction. Let's get a piece of scratch pad. And if we have to use the torch to get this shit off, then we have to. I do have a little residue from the black tape that's gonna come right off with the razor blade. Very nice. I want the surface Nice and clean, guys. Maybe you guys could be my eyes and ears today. Why don't you go check that pressure gauge on the other one and see how we're doing? Why don't you guys do that and tell me if it dropped or it didn't? Let's see. Okay. Okay, beautiful. Now looks good. Let's just get this little snot right off of here. Beautiful. Okay, enough of me cleaning a piece of pipe, because I think you guys know how to clean pipe. So I know you guys are probably tired of me cleaning this thing, but you're gonna watch this content because you love it, and you're gonna leave a comment because you love it. Because when you guys watch and you guys comment, my ratings go up, and MJF Mechanical stays busy. And guys, those of you who don't wear gloves out there, wear gloves, man. When I was younger, I had a habit of not wearing gloves. I thought I was cool. I got a serious infection in my finger. Had to get a couple needles in there. Had to get it cauterized shut. Wouldn't stop bleeding, and it was pretty bad. Good thing it wasn't gangrene. I still got all of my fingers, but wear gloves, guys, because you don't know what kind of contaminants or elements are out here, and if they get into your body, man, it could wreak havoc. So wear gloves. You might be telling me, Mike, change your emery cloth. Guys, I can clean a whole house with this piece of emery right here, guys. Don't waste anything. Don't waste any material. Don't be inconsiderate. Don't be wasteful. Okay, that looks good. Let's finish it with this. Let's get our coupling on there. But first, let's deburr it. We got our deburring tool that everybody loves to see. All right, make sure some of those shavings don't go down in there. All right, let's do this side. Okay. Beautiful. All right, get this little snot off of here. All right, let's get our coupling. Guys, I lied. I only have 1/2-inch couplings. It's not gonna fit. Why is my camera looking like that? Oh, it's smudged. 7/8 is here, so we have to swedge it. So we got 3 bars left on our gun. Let's see if we can get it. Let's swedge this end, and we'll braze 1 joint here, and we'll braze 2 here. Okay. See what I mean when I say the fucking batteries, they suck, man. They suck. Okay, you want to go all the way to the bottom, guys. All the way to the bottom. Let's mark our insertion depth. And let's braze this joint. Guys, let's clean up the liquid line here. And let's check our gauge though on the other side, guys. It's been about 20 minutes. Let's see. Are we still at where we need to be? Guys, let me know. I can't see because I'm going over this other condenser right here. But let me just lean over. Yeah, it looks good. All right, we'll let that hold for another 10 minutes. And we should be all right. So let's clean up our liquid line here. Let's see. Okay. get our 3A coupling for here. That's what the doctor ordered. Where is it? Okay. Trying to get this little snot off of here. Get this little snot off of here. Just like that. Beautiful. Guys, nice clean surface, okay? Nice clean surface. Preparation is key when soldering or brazing. You mess up the prep, you're gonna mess up the final product. Okay. Alright, let's get our coupling here. We swedge the other side. Let's get our coupling. Okay. Yeah. We're out here working again, y'all. Okay. We're gonna mark our insertion depth, just so you guys don't yell at me. Well, looks like it's gonna be right about there. Let's put this in like so. Beautiful. All right, we'll braze that in a few minutes. We got to be careful with this wiring here, guys. We don't want to melt this liquid tight here. All right, let's do our big line here. Let's move this over a little bit. Okay, just like so. Put this around for you. Let's mark our insertion depth, which is right about here. And guys, it's always nice to have, I always carry my blade on my hip, my flashlight, my Sharpie marker right here, and my non-contact electrical tester right here. This is by Milwaukee. I like the Fluke, but I switched it up. So I had a ton of these, so I walked out of the house with the Milwaukee one. So very nice. Get yourself a holster on your belt. Amazon. You can get them from Leatherman, wherever, guys. But make sure you are prepared on the job, guys. So knife, flashlight, Sharpie, and electrical tester. All right, so we marked our insertion depth here. Right now, we're gonna have to move this over a little bit more, just like that. We're gonna get this in there, just like so. Okay, a little more. We're gonna persuade it in there. We're gonna persuade it. We gotta go a little more. So we're gonna bend this. Now working with the bigger line, it's not as easy as working with the smaller liquid line. So let's persuade this in a little bit more. Okay, just like that. That's beautiful. Okay, beautiful. There's our insertion depth right here. We're gonna braze this nice joint on the vertical, and we'll do the horizontal. Which one you guys want to see first? Let's do the bigger line here. Get my brazing rod. Make sure we don't melt any of this wiring or anything. Let's see. Okay, guys. So we still have our MC tank open, only a quarter of a turn. Right now we got our turbo torch here with our turbo tip made by Proline. And guys, when you're brazing, you want to get good penetration. You want to push that rod down in there. First, before we do that, we got to disconnect our nitrogen hose on the other side, check our pressure gauge one more time, and set it up over here, guys. So let's go do that. Let's check one more time. We should be good to go. Let's check one more time. Are we above 150 still? Good. Guys, I like it. We're going to shut off our nitrogen here. Well, actually, we're going to shut it off at our regulator. Beautiful. And we are going to disconnect hoses. Let's disconnect. Just slow, guys. You don't want to damage your gauge here. You don't want to damage the needle on that gauge, okay? We'll pull a deep vacuum afterwards, and then we'll be good to go. Just a quick observation, guys, that this coil is plugged up. I'm going to advise to them to have these coils chemically washed and cleaned because they need it. Look at that. Wow. All right, let's dismantle our hoses, swap it out to the other side, and let's get on out of here, guys. It's Friday. Remember, it's Friday. All right, guys, so we got our setup that was over here onto this one now. So we got our nitrogen hooked up. We got both cores removed. We're gonna braze our suction line first, and I'm gonna show you how it gets done. Okay. Let's get brazing, guys. Want to get deep penetration. That's it, guys. Beautiful. The vertical joints are pretty simple to do, guys. You want to just push that rod in there and let the flame do all the work, guys. The flame is your buddy. Not your stud buddy, but it's your buddy when you're brazing. The location and the time frame of when you move the flame and when to pull it back, this is your friend. Just push. Just push. And you know, in other instances, not like here, you should always pull out. All right, guys, let's do the liquid line. We're still flowing nitrogen, and let's braze that. Here we go. Let's move that electric out of the way, and let's braze this liquid line. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, we're gonna let that cool naturally. And guys, it's not cool to get burnt, so just be careful what you're doing. I mean, it's happened to me a ton of times when I was younger, but try to be careful, guys, especially on a Friday. You want to go home without a scratch or a bump on you. So let's let that cool naturally. We still got the nitrogen flowing. We'll hook up our pressure gauge, pump about 200 pounds in there, and see what we got. All right, guys, so we got our joints brazed in right now. We let them cool down naturally. We're gonna pump this up, 150 pounds. Let's see. Almost okay. Right about there. All right, let that sit for 10-15 minutes, and we'll see what we got. We're just gonna spray our joints that we did. Guys, a little of this leak detector goes a long way, okay? Goes a long way. And that looks good. Beautiful. All right, we'll let that sit for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Let's do the electric. Let's get our meter. Let's test. And let's get them out of here. All right, guys, we got our control wiring all tied in. Now we're gonna check our line voltage. Let's see. I'm gonna put this in. We're not gonna check with the meter. We're just gonna check with our Milwaukee tester right here. So right now these are dead. We're just trying to figure out which one's power, which one's ground. Let's see. I'll put this in here. Okay. So power here. No power here. Power here. Let's double check. Power here. You hear my meter going off. Power here. Power on the outside one. And the one that they wrapped in white tape right here, this is our common, or our ground. Not our common, it's a ground. It's a ground. So we know that the white is the ground. All right, let's disconnect. Put that up top. And guys, be my eyes and ears if I forget. What was this one again? This was L1. Okay, L1. No, guys, come on. Guys, be my eyes and ears, will you? Come on, do you really want to hear or see the slogan, let's do yours next, be dead and not be around no more? Guys, this is the ground. The ground. I heard one of you say that it was L1, L2. I heard one of yous, those of yous that want me dead. Shame on you guys. Shame on you guys. All right, let's hook up our ground, hook up our L1 and our L2. Let's do that now. Okay. Guys, come on, seriously. What would life be without let's do yours next? You know what I mean? What really would life be without me? Nah, you guys will do just fine. All right, make sure power is disconnected. Disconnect is removed. Let's hook up our ground. Really got a lot of slack on these wires here, but it is what it is. And our ground to our ground terminal. Okay. We got a lot of slack on this shit. And our L1, L2, guys. Okay, there's no power here, okay? There's no power, it's disconnected. Put it on one side of the contactor. And then do the other side. And make sure these terminals are screwed down pretty tight. Let's do the other side. No power. Power is off. Beautiful. All right. So, guys, that's what it looks like right here. You got your L1, L2 coming in, and then when this 24-volt circuit calls for cooling, it closes this relay, this switch, which is normally open. It closes it and sends power to your condenser fan, sends power to your compressor, all that good stuff. Let's check our gauge down here. Beautiful. I'd say this passes. All right, let's pull a deep vacuum. Let's get our core removal tools. Ah, damn it, that means I gotta go back to the truck. Shit, that's all right. I already swedged it. We had enough battery left, but I still gotta go to the truck one more time. No, wait, do I have my core removal tool here? No, I gotta get my vacuum pump anyway. Alrighty, guys, let's disconnect. Let's get our Schrader core removal tools, and let's get our Navac vacuum pump. Here we go. All right, guys, everything Navac today, guys, even the core removal tool. So Navac was really kind enough to send us some new O-rings with this core removal tool. Navac's vacuum pump, we already got it powered up. Right now, we're just gonna pull from one side today because that's what it is. So all Navacs today, and let's get our big boy hoses on here and let's start pulling a vacuum. All right, so guys, we got our vacuum pump here, and she is pulling quick, guys. She's right below 500. We got everything Navac here today, guys. We got our Navac big boy hoses, a Navac 8CFM vacuum pump, and right now we're just pulling a deep vacuum. We're using both Schrader core removal tools because we want to keep that vacuum inside, guys. So let's, when we're done pulling this vacuum, we're gonna isolate, close off here, put our core in, and then we should be good to go. So let's wait a few more minutes. She's still rising. Let's pull for another couple of minutes. I want to keep that vacuum inside here, guys. Keep it in there. The homeowner had to run out in an emergency, so I'm waiting for them to come back. But in the meantime, we'll pull a vacuum on the other one. Yeah, probably gonna pull them separately, but it's all right. I might have to change the oil on this thing soon. But let's just see. All right, we're pretty low now. I'm gonna disconnect. I'm gonna release the refrigerant, and we should be good to go. Okay. So we're gonna close here. We're gonna keep that vacuum in there. We can disconnect our vacuum hose. I'll keep that vacuum in there. Okay. I'm gonna get whatever air is in this hose. I'm gonna do this with one hand for everybody. But this hose is heavy. All right, so put that aside. Let's get our Navac core removal. Okay. We're gonna put our core in, and then we should be good to go. Just like that. Beautiful. Okay, we're gonna open. We're gonna put our core in, just like that. How does she feel? Feel like she's in there? Yep, she's in there. Okay. All right, beautiful. Let's disconnect. Everything Navac, baby. Everything Navac. All right. And let's release our refrigerant. And let's do the same thing on the other side. All right. Let's go with our liquid line. Okay. All right. Let's spray our Schrader cores, make sure nothing's leaking. Beautiful. Okay. Now this refrigerant is saturated because it's been sitting for months. Okay. Let's leave that like that. Open all the way and back seat a little bit. Let's get our leak detector. And let's see. Let's test our cores. See what we got. Okay. Oh, they look good. Oh, they look good. Okay. Let's put our caps on. And let's start the other side. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Let's do the other side, guys. Okay, guys, same setup on this side. We got cores removed. We're only pulling from one side, so this core is removed, backed out. We got this valve closed, this valve opened. We're gonna pull a vacuum, and this should be a lot faster because this is only for the basement portion of the house. So. Looks like rain today. Looks like rain. All right, see how fast that pulled down? That pulled down really fast. Really fast. Let's see what it climbs up to. Let's keep pulling. We'll button up that cover on that one and put this cover on. And we'll go check thermostat inside. And you can tell the difference between this coil here and that coil right there. That thing gets a ton of use. Ton of use. This not so much. You can see, not so much. All right. Let's pull down a little bit more. Let's get to 500. Guys, those of you who don't like Navac and you use KB Industries or Field Piece, Navac is really nice, man. Give them a chance. They've been around for a while. Really nice product, guys. I got everything of them. Leak detectors, torque wrench, digital torque wrench, vacuum pump, weighing scale, vacuum hoses. Navac, really nice, guys. You pay for it though. You definitely pay for it. All right, let's keep that vacuum in there. Let's close this. Let's shut off our pump. Let's disconnect our hose. Let's put our core in. Alright, let's get our core here. Nice little rubber on there. Let's put this on like so. If I can get it on there for you guys. Okay, beautiful. And what's nice about Navac is it's got a little pin in there, so it holds that core up for you. It holds it up for you. Let's slide this guy right in here. Okay. Try not to damage that core. Close that up. We're gonna open up our valve. We're gonna slide our core in. Okay. Make sure she catches nice, beautiful. She caught. All right, let's disconnect. And let's release our refrigerant and test our cores. Make sure nothing's leaking. Service wrench. There we go. Let's see. All right. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna test our cores. Make sure they're good, not leaking. Got a little spurt out of there. Seat that a little bit. Then I'll wrench out. Okay. More suction line. Beautiful. Alright, let's get our leak detector. Let's test. Let's see if we're okay. Okay. How's that look, guys? Keep my eyes on my ears, will you? Okay, that looks good. Let's put our caps on. You know what? We'll probably come back when it's hotter to see, because they ain't using it. I don't really want to wait around for this lady if she's not back soon. Okay. All right, let's button up these shrouds. Let's put power in. And let's get to it. Here we go. All right. All right. Power. What's going on here with this guy? Come on, buddy. Get the hell in there. Okay. Finally. Alright. Alright guys, let's put these shrouds back and let's get a call for cooling. You see, this is what I hate, guys. It's starting to pour out here. We gotta cover these electrical compartments. We're gonna put the shrouds on and then we're gonna come back at a later time because this shit is just not feasible to be working like this. So let's put that shroud on right there. Let's put this shroud on. And we will have to come back. That's for sure. Okay, beautiful. That's on, that's on. Power is on to the unit. Let's put our tools away and make sure that nothing of our stuff gets wet. We got 2 buckets here. I'm gonna put screw gun. I don't want to get nothing wet here. Nothing wet. Here it comes. A real shit show out here. Real shit show. Guys, don't forget, clean up your garbage. Shit. Screw that, man. Wow. Guys, just in the nick of time. Wow, just in the nick of time. It is what it is. This is what it is. I told them that hopefully the weather permits, we'll be able to get it done, but we just finished up in time. She's not home yet still. I'm out of here. I'm ending my day, as should you guys. Guys, on that note, stay blessed, stay safe. Fuck this rain, and let's do yours next, baby.